Hello everyone and welcome to One Connected Love. My name is Daniel and I'm here today to bring you today's Twin Flame Divine Masculine reading. Now, before I get started, I will say that this is an overall collective reading of the Divine Masculine vibration. It doesn't necessarily represent your individual Twin Flame Divine Masculine vibration. It may take what resonates with you in your heart and follow your inner guidance. If you are looking for readings specific to your twin flame journey, specific to your divine masculine, or you would like some coaching, some healing sessions to help you heal and get into union, check out the links below at our services, for our services at oneconnectedlove.com. And let's go ahead and get started. The deck I will be using today are the O cards, which I normally use for the Divine Masculine readings. There you go. And I did pre-shuffle this deck, so let's get started. The underlying energy for this is success. All right, so far feeling pretty positive. I know that in one of the previous readings, not the romance reading that I did recently, but the one before that, I believe, it felt like expansion and that life was moving forward. I believe the underlying energy was prosperity. So, yeah, this feels like very good. Okay, so the top card that I got with this, it looks like a hand, like one arm holding the other arm. And this feels kind of like a struggle to me, especially with the red in the background. It feels like passion, but more not in such a positive light, like a power struggle almost, a power struggle for success. So it feels like the Divine Masculine is like forcing success rather than allowing success to come to him, right? The law of attraction, whatever you put out into the universe is what you receive back to you. But success and things like that, they're not truly gained, or you don't really gain an understanding in your consciousness if they are forced. Sure, there are many rich and wealthy people, very successful people on this earth that forced their way into success. They took success. Some swindled other people. Some did it in a way that, they just were successful business people. So, but the point I'm trying to make here is that forcing success here really limits you, right? Because you're using your life force to do everything, and it's very exhausting to do something like that, versus relying on the universe, source, spirit, God's energy, right, to bring you your abundance through surrender. That creates flow, and that creates more success and more abundance. So I feel like this is the underlying energy for the Divine Masculine. And let's go into the first upset that the Divine Masculine is working through. Expert. This already has a very strong feeling of perfectionism that I'm feeling with expert. And the top card is a clown. So you have a clown here. So perfectionism, the words that are coming to me, like what I'm feeling with this is kind of like a know-it-all, being a know-it-all, like pretending to be an expert on the subject when you're really just a clown, because you're refusing to be humble and like love yourself and realize that your divine feminine is teaching you something. Your divine feminine is your teacher. She's your perfect counterpart, and she's there to teach you. You give to her and you teach her, and she teaches you and you receive from her. And I really feel like this, in the upset space here, that's what the Divine Masculine is. In the previous romance reading, in the romance vibration specifically, the Divine Feminine was working on the need to be right. Same thing she was working on, humbling herself and releasing that and realizing, that her Divine Masculine is teaching her. This is exactly the same thing, exactly. And It doesn't necessarily regarding the twin flame. It could be success. It's about humility. Humble yourself and realize that you have things to learn and no one knows everything. But in terms of your twin flame, she is teaching you. It's safe to receive the lessons that she's teaching you. So, okay. So the top card, the base card that I pulled, the next one is actually blank. It's actually a blank card, and I'm being guided to pull a second card here. I usually remove the blank ones from the deck and forgot. So the next one is I've got what the divine masculine receives by learning these lessons is share. So he learns share. And the top card, it looks like a bathroom. I see a bathtub, a window, some shelves, a sink, a rug on the floor, a little bath mat. The colors of green and what I'm feeling here are very comfortable. They feel like a very soothing tone, like a very soothing energy. And together with the word share, it feels like the energy feels like meeting in the middle, meeting in a comfortable space. It feels like working together. It feels like humility. Yeah, and realizing that he doesn't have all the answers. Yeah, it feels like humility, surrender, admitting that he needs help, and being open to admitting that he needs help is what I feel. And that actually feels really good. Feels like a very humble vibration. I love it. All right, so I will pull the second upset that the divine masculine is working through. Interesting. So this is, I got homosexual. That's very interesting. Let's see where we're going with this. All right, so what I get from this is a yellow sun with like a little plain or hill or something under it with a blue sky. All right, so let me feel into this. I believe that, and I want to be clear here that this doesn't necessarily mean actual homosexual, like actual homosexuals. That's not what this means. It can in some context, but because this is an upset card, I feel like it's not actually related to homosexuality. I feel like it's the vibration of it feels like something about selfishness. But I will pull a clarifier card, and I did not shuffle my clarifier deck here, so I will take a moment to shuffle this. All right, so the clarifier card that I get is originality. The frequency of originality supports our capacity to be unique and original creators of unlimited possibilities in every moment. So what I'm getting from this is this card, like this energy feels like very pointed to one's self, like, but not in a good way, like hoarding energy, keeping to oneself, being selfish, not giving. That's how it feels with this. And like with the expansive sun here, like the sun is zoomed up on, it's almost like a 1-point focus is what I'm feeling like. Being very close-minded, very narrow-minded, focused on one thing and not really opening up. And that's why I feel like I'm getting the originality card, because the originality card represents like authenticity and really opening up and allowing yourself to really, it's like the opposite of having like a single cone vision where it's like opening up and you have like a fisheye lens where, you know, you see the broader picture. And I really feel like that's what the divine masculine is working through in this sense. Now, let's, what does he receive from working through this? here is this guilt card again. This has come up numerous times with the Divine Masculine and this top card, and I have really shuffled these decks. I've really shuffled them fairly well. So the Divine Masculine is really working through guilt, has a lot of guilt. And you know, when I was shuffling this deck, the shame card jumped out. It just like jumped out and into my lap. And the Divine Masculine has a lot of guilt and a lot of shame that he's working through, and it's okay. Divine Masculines, if you're out there and this is resonating with you, whatever you are feeling guilty about, it's okay to feel those feelings. You don't have to shove them down and push them in. If you need help working through this guilt and the shame, check out our links below. You know, my own Divine Masculine energy is something that I've worked through a lot, and I've healed a lot, and I can help you heal also. So check out our services below, and I would love to help you that way. So that is what the Divine Masculine is working through: guilt, releasing shame over himself. Now, I'm going to keep going because I feel guided to keep going because this keeps coming up. It feels important to talk about this. The last card that I'm getting is like what will be received is, yeah, same thing, breaking cycles. And I can't believe this because I really shuffled this deck. So breaking cycles, hugs, resolution, coming together. That's what the Divine Masculine receives from this. So it's very important, Divine Masculines, to really work on your guilt and shame. And guilt and shame can be very subtle. They don't have to be emotions that you have or feel very strongly about, but they could be things that are sabotaging your life, hidden in a hidden way, that you're not aware of, that's not in your consciousness, it's not in your conscious awareness. Sometimes you have to dig for them. So it's important to get clear there and heal that. So lastly, I'm going to pull the final card here is the overall resolution. What is released, and what is released is grief with the finish line. This has come up multiple times, and yeah, that's mind-blowing to me because this deck has like 70 cards or something in it, or more. So yeah, it's the release of grief. It's feeling better about himself. It's realizing that, you know, these patterns don't have to go on like that. You don't have to feel bad about yourself. You can actually feel really good about yourself. So that is the reading, the Divine Masculine reading here. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, Divine Masculines, if you need assistance on your twin flame journey or just in life in general, if you want specific readings to discuss yourself specifically, check out the links below. But as always, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.